What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time for new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to Witch Hat Atelier Episode 7. I'm very excited to get back into this. Presumably we will be getting into where we left off last time with the little crisis of I think it's a kid trapped in a carriage that fell into the river. Let's see if Agat ends up being a proper help. Let's see what Olrugio can do. That's sort of where my expectations immediately are at. So let's not delay at all. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, leave a comment in your thoughts, and consider becoming a channel member if you want to support me just that little bit extra. And let's get into this. All right, the storm is ongoing. Are we already on the move? It seems like we are. Okay, the two of them together. Curious to see how this goes down. Ooh, that's a big tree. Jumping back to this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, she's jumping the gun a little. Ooh. Sounds like the test that you're about to take is the one that is supposed to be done so that they are okay with you doing this kind of thing, but okay. Ooh. Okay, so it's Olrugio who decides to bring her. Huh. A moment of Agat inspiring everyone. Of course. That is a very apt way to put her sort of character. Yeah, there's a haste there. A desperation almost. Okay. Oh, geez, that's a bit of a drop. Okay. At least it's like caught on something rather than free flowing down the river. At least in some way, that's good. Other ways, that's bad. Annoying as hell to get to it. Hopefully the kid's okay. I like how we're starting to frame the episode, though. Agat does not love magic and the learning of magic as much as she does fear. Well, not fear. Is frustrated by what she hasn't learned. She is... okay. She's not the optimistic, happy, look at what I have learned type of person that Coco is, or look at like what I and other people are capable of with what we've learned. She is... I think it once again ties back to that idea I've sort of touched on occasionally with her of results being everything. Because to her, something you can't do or something you haven't learned or haven't had the opportunity to do is just another failing or potential failing. So really all that knowing how to do something is, to her, is like an assurance that she won't fuck that up. It's sort of it's twisted. Who is Magic for? Okay. That's a title to the episode. Okay. Oh. Ah. Cool. That's the that's the best way to do magic in front of others. There's the thing. I really like the design of that circle. True. Yeah. What magic is for. You are here to help, not to prove yourself. Not ignorant learning. One exactly what I was just talking about. It's ooh, the dead eyes. Ooh, that's concerning. But it's all about results with her. Interesting. Ooh. Yo, a sword? That is hype as hell. Holy shit. That is hype. Okay, how long can he hold this? Believe it or not, splitting a river is hard, believe it or not. Okay. Are they going to try to save the carriage as well, or just leave it be with the people being saved? Whoa! Okay. Yeah, no, the carriage isn't savable. At least not, like, to any legitimate degree. I love the water sword. Hmm. That's what's important. Yeah. Oh? Uh-oh. Of course I got. I love all the little circles on it. The rain cleaver. Okay. Holy shit, that's cool. That's like a really specialized tool. Makes sense, given the philosophy of the witches. That is fair. Don't give children swords. Okay. Hmm. Something tells me Got is not going to be happy about being left behind here. Ooh, please tell me this is a moment for them to have a conversation. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Just being called witch is gonna be so much for her. That's enough payment for her. We'll see what Olrugio and Kefri can gather. Wait, what? What the fuck are you doing? My guy. That is not a stable tree. Yeah, no, that tree's gonna fall on him and he's not gonna have a way up. Oh! Hopefully he's okay. I hope. I am mad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, oh. Oh shit. Coco got caught in it? Oh fuck. Jesus. Yeah, okay. Hopefully he's not trapped under the boulder. Hopefully just unconscious. God, that must fucking suck for this guy to just have gotten him back after, like, being in danger, just for it to be immediate. Yeah, I knew this is where this was going. You were asking for a chance to do something, Agot. How do you handle this? Yeah. Yeah. Already in the wrong headspace, I knew it. The smile, Uh-oh. How does the sudden expectation affect this? Oh? What's this? Oh. Ooh, I love the visual here. Ooh. Her daughter? Okay, there is something else we did not know about her. Ooh. Okay, this explains a lot. Ooh, boy. Oh, this... Okay. This explains so much. There it is, someone in need. Don't get caught up in memories. Coco is down there asking if there's anything she can do while things are, like, dire. Yes. Yes. What is the magic for? Yeah, let's get full assessment. Okay, that's good. Okay. He is pinned. Yeah. How do you handle this? This is a tricky situation. Where are we now? They've already heard about this. Okay. Shouldn't be an issue, though, I imagine. It's official witches acting in a moment of crisis. Okay, Coco managed to get out. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Tying it to the twig to, like, throw better. Ooh. Okay. And she's down there where it's less obvious what she's doing. Of course she comes to that, though. She hasn't seen the results of what Coco is capable of, so she doesn't believe Coco can do it. Oh, that explains why she was always doing the closed eye sketching. What? Oh boy. What is this? I mean, obviously she's distracting them, but okay, she's putting on performance. Yeah. Nice. Putting what she has to work, like, has practiced to work. But now, for her, it is to distract so Coco can do something. Yo, and she finally gets whatever that spell was that she was trying to do. Hell yeah. Yeah, do it now while they're distracted. It's time. While you have an opportunity, don't doubt yourself. Oh, okay. But is it enough maybe to just get him out? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Hmm. Come on. Come on, Coco, you gotta move. Yeah. Oh? Yeah. No, it's not a long distraction. Coco needs to hurry. Of course, this comes in. No. Yeah, you gotta keep him. What does he see? Yo! She pulled it off. Something. Oh, did she put it? Did she put it on her cloak? Interesting. Yeah, he seems fine. Hmm. And the bird goes away as the rain has ended and the light comes in. Cool. Yeah, she just put it on her cloak. She did it. She achieved something. That was a scary situation for them. Hmm. Oh? Oh? Ah! Observing and learning. She couldn't levitate the boulder, so she destroyed the boulder. Cool. Even more application of what she's learned. It's always the collaborative learning, looking at what others ahead of you have learned and using it to your aid. Ooh, I love it. Of course, definitely. I don't think Coco cares if you consider her a friend. She does to you. And also, this is what's important in the moment. Yeah. Magic was used to save a child. Yeah. With help, you saved someone, Coco. You did it. There's a lot good there. There's a lot of good there. Oh, boy. Okay, they're gonna assume that this is a mistake and that, like, they've caused problems. This is definitely... I'm forgetting what they're called, but the... Ooh. Capture Penance, okay. Scarlet Cloaks, yes. I'm excited to see more of them. The Knights Morales, yes, that's what they were called. Neither of them, it was key-free. If they're talking about the one they detected. Jesus, they assumed the worst! What? Yeah, why are they assuming that? What? What's going on here? What? What? What the hell? What the hell happened? Oh boy, what is that gonna do? Oh, that is creepy. Oh, we're leaving it there. Amazing. Amazing. I imagine that's probably, like, the spell to erase memory or whatever. Said, like, punishment is oblivion after all, so... Oh, I love how quick working and aggressive they were. Perfect for what they are called. The Knights Morales literally speaks to the idea of, like, morality police. Ooh boy. Time to see the... not necessarily dark side of the witch world, but the, like, uncompromisingly strictness of it. I imagine Keyfree and the rest are gonna show up just in time, or something. Because I do not imagine Coco will lose her memory. This was a really solid episode, though. Very, very solid. I didn't expect necessarily the entire episode to be this one scenario, but it does make sense with how they played it. It worked very well. Ooh. Obviously, it is 99%, or maybe more like 90, about a god. That ending cliffhanger is very, very fun, but I think I'm going to largely ignore it for the sake of the analysis of this episode, because inevitably that's what we'll be getting into next episode, be much more what it is about and what's going on there. So instead, I would much rather focus on everything related to Agot here and how everything is framed to set up what's going on with Agot here. First off, we already knew going into this that Agot is very much a results-based person. If you succeed at something, you are deemed competent. If you fail at something, you are incompetent, hopeless, you'll never succeed at it, and if you do, there's going to be some excuse for why you were able to. There is no capacity, or at least very limited capacity, in Agot's mind for there to be stuff in progress. You can never be in the process of learning, which that ties more directly into her distaste for Coco and belief that Coco can't achieve things, which we do see some of in this episode, but there is a different aspect to it that much more recurs back onto herself that we get more of a glimpse of in this episode. The reason, I believe now, that Agat is so beholden to results and defining people's capabilities is because of this implied past where countless people had high expectations for her and she did not meet them, and that destroyed her self-worth. We get very few tangible details in this one sort of recollection of the past that occurs, as it is much more abstracted than anything. Roughly what I get from it is that Agat was born into an influential and potentially powerful witch family, with very particularly probably her mother being a very, very well-known or like legendary in some way witch. And so of course the expectation is that she will be amazing as well, that she will become her mother's apprentice, but then something she does, or perhaps something she doesn't do or isn't initially capable of, because she is learning, because she is in the process of figuring things out, she is a child still, even at this point in the story, it disappoints the people around her as well as her mother. She is deemed not a prodigy. She is deemed not capable. The very same thing she does to Coco was done to her, and it resulted in her mother not accepting her as a apprentice, claiming that they do not need unremarkable witches in their, like, family or whatever. And of course, as a child, if your mother is telling you, you are not a worthy successor to me, you are not successful, you have failed, and everyone else surrounding her is saying, oh, too bad, I had expectations for you, but you failed, that would destroy pretty much anybody, let alone a young child. And so, of course, having lost the love of her mother, what is Agat going to do? Try as hard as she physically can to earn it back in the one way she knows. Rather ironically, given the philosophy that it instills in her, where results are everything, she is desperately now trying to reach a point where she can overcome her past failures, or quote-unquote failures, as realistically, I doubt she was actually that incompetent. She is the most capable of the witch apprentices in the Atelier here, which admittedly, in large part, might be because of the heavy expectations that were initially put on her, and now she is putting on herself. But regardless, she has talent, she has skill. It just may have been harder won and longer to learn than it was, say, for her mother. But with this, it makes sense why she has completely embodied this philosophy of results being what matters, and the desperation from her to keep improving, to prove herself, to stop anyone from claiming she isn't capable of something. Because it is the terms that her mother and her peers put success and what deems you worthy of love in. Being capable, meeting if not exceeding expectations, that is what deems you worthy of love. That is what she has learned from this experience with her mother. And so, of course, she is desperately trying to learn more, to do more, to prove herself, taking any opportunity, viewing this moment where a child is in mortal danger and their father is begging her to save them as an opportunity. She would smile at it. This is her chance, not the chance to save a life, but a chance to prove herself. And at the same time, she looks to Coco and she sees all the same issues. She sees someone who is constantly making mistakes, someone who is not perfect in any way. And so she says, you have failed. You cannot succeed. You are not worthy of love, because if I failed and didn't do nearly as bad as you and am not worthy of love, why would you be? And perhaps from a different angle, seeing Coco be this sort of screw up of sorts, who then still tries her hardest and is happy and is willing to just keep trying no matter what, not having this same baggage seemingly. I imagine it probably confuses and angers Agat. She probably has thoughts along the lines of like, do you not understand the position you are in? Why are you not more worried? Why are you not more concerned? How can you be happy? It really, just this one brief moment, locks everything into place for me, for Agat. Who she is, what she's trying to achieve, why she's trying to achieve it, and why she has so much issue with Coco. But at the same time, we do also see she does have an interest in magic, a love for magic. She was among the other apprentices to admire the sword that Kefri had. Even if she tried to play it off, there was interest there. She has an interest here, but it is just obscured by everything else. What Olrogio and Kefri were talking about earlier in the episode, with them assessing that she is less concerned with what she can achieve with magic and like what good can become of it and what happiness can come from it, as much as she is frustrated and potentially even afraid of what she cannot do. It's very interesting. I like it a lot as a true glimpse into Agat here. And interestingly enough, though it's not a perfect layering, I think actually the child that gets in danger, I forget the name already, sort of reflects a little bit of Agat here. The way that we learn that why the child was in danger in the first place, outside of just the general crisis, was they were trying to protect the cargo, and then after being saved, they immediately put themselves in harm's way again to try to recover more of the cargo. It shows them as being overeager to do something even at the risk of themselves. Ring any bells? We literally were just talking about this with Agat. It is what she's doing in this episode. She should not initially have come along here. She just begged her way into being brought along so that she could do something even if it was at her own risk. So like I said, it's not perfect. It doesn't layer onto everything just because we don't know all that much about this kid, but it does share a bit of an element there. But then finally, the last thing I think I want to touch on with Agat is how she does finally seem to sort of succeed at her latest goal, which is that one spell that we've seen her practicing, attempting to do just on pure muscle memory without looking at the drawing. She finally does it in this episode, but the purpose of it, why she does it, I find very interesting. Prior to now, she's just been doing it as practice for the purpose of being able to keep moving forward, keep proving herself, tying into all the stuff I was just talking about. There's that desperation, that frustration. Where then here, where she succeeds, though there is not any like obvious tangible difference in why she succeeds, thematically speaking, I think it could be that though she doubts Coco's abilities in this moment, she decides to cast the spell and put her training to the test to give Coco an opportunity. It is not to push herself forward, it is to help someone else. Both in the case of helping Coco, who she knows is not as capable as her, but also to enable an opportunity to save this child. So regardless of if the literal reason why she was able to succeed this time was because of this, or just because she was practicing, thematically it is resonant for that reason, where she is sort of stepping out of her immediate line of personal benefit. And this comes up even more so with the fact that the spell is largely being used as a distraction. She has the excuse that it is to sort of call back Kefri and Olrugio and the others, but it ultimately is a distraction for Coco to have time. That's what's going through her head when she does it. It is what she is worried about when the spell is active, and she bears just like a little bit of backlash because of it, because it is something that doesn't obviously prove herself as like the person who is saving this guy's son. It is entirely cooperative, in no way selfish of an act, which I think serves amazingly in tandem with this deeper understanding of why she prior to now has been so self-motivated and focused. We build up all these reasons why she is desperate to personally prove herself, to personally get things done, to personally earn respect. And then immediately after, as soon as she's snapped out of that sort of mode of thought for just a brief moment, she acts cooperatively. She gives someone else the chance and the opportunity to be the savior, to be the hero, to be the one who, like, proves themselves, which I think is very interesting, and I think is potentially, depending on how things go, very, very pertinent to what's going to happen next episode. Because as of now, unless Keyfree and the rest are moments away from arriving, I would not be surprised if Agot is the reason that Coco does not lose her memory or is otherwise punished, whatever is about to happen. I would not be surprised by that. I think that having done it once in this episode, Agot very well might try to back up Coco. I don't know. That's just a possibility. I'm not 100% certain that that's what's going to happen. Like I said, Keyfree and the rest could just show up very suddenly and stop the punishment from being doled out right before it happens. Either way, we'll see next time, but I am very pleased with this episode. It gave me exactly what I was hoping for from pretty much all of the thematic narrative elements I was hoping to get in this episode after the end of last time. And now we have an exciting cliffhanger for next time. So with that, I think I'll leave things there. I'm very excited for next week now. And yeah, so feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and very special thanks to all of my channel members, including Amorphosilica, Dweller, Pokelove101, and Unusual Echo at the normal tier, and Kono Nano at the cool person tier. Really appreciate your support, as always, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye!